and overview of it.
Yes, sir, and we are very thankful that very short notice enlighten our students on the occasion of World Environment Day and our respected Dr. and and all other faculty. So this World Environment Day, it is basically, this has been already Dr. Lala told that 1972 on Sweden, Stockholm on United Nations Environment Program. It was decided that way you be observed every day as a awareness program, and they all the national level policy and various international platforms and finalized. And also, I am just giving an example where that three countries is meeting together: India, Myanmar, and China. Now, in this zone, suppose anything environmental protection program we want to do, we need an international. Because otherwise, if something China does and India does something, so ultimately, mainly in the downstream, we are going to be affected because of their wrong policy. Likewise, Myanmar does something, then we will be affected, specifically the policy will be affected. So, such kind of things always bring the international platform, and where United Nations Environment Program is taking care of these things, and through that 2024, because the Saudi Arabia, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is hosting the World Environment Day, and Saudi Arabia is now realizing the world desertification effect. They are actually, since their historical time, they are already suffered. Then also the problem of drought resilience. That is one biggest challenges, and the most affected country at this moment, that second desertification in case of ranking, India is facing. So what happened? Say in desertification, it can appear in many directions. And out of arable land, 142 million hectares of land which is cultivable, 68% of land in India is already desertified. And this is the biggest challenge we are going to face in the coming decade, because without managing desertification, no technology is going to work. This is the prime main challenges what Indian soil scientists are facing now. So, for that purpose, when we will be taking any such management impacts, so that management impact is also depends on the resilience capacity of the soil. Resilience means it is bouncing back to the original. It takes 1,000 years. Now through JCB, we are cutting the hills and all soil tops within a day, hectares of land. So you can imagine how much damage we are doing. At the same time, if we talk about the below ground diversity, that 1 billion of organism you can expect one teaspoonful of soil or handful of soil. Then more than 10,000 species you can encounter in that small amount of soil. In addition, another most important thing what we are facing at this stage, it is we call soil sealing. Soil sealing means if you go to all different places all over the cities, we are covering the soil mass with concrete floors. So once hectares of land is already covered with the concrete floor, then when rainfall comes, rain cannot penetrate inside the soil profile. Until rain cannot penetrate the soil profile, rain water will go directly to the drain, and it will reach the river, it will go to ocean. Then hydrological cycle we are breaking down. So once groundwater research is not there, that's why in every city nowadays, people every year they are going more and more depth of boring. That water boring depth is increasing. Automobiles and waste, all if you calculate 60% will come from those areas. Now, and all the pollutions of the water bodies because of the dumping of the municipal municipality waste and everything. So ultimately, our entire pollution mix at where water carries the material, it goes to the water, and rest part sir will definitely say all these things, being a fishery scientist and they directly deal with water. But we are facing all these problems. The most problem we are facing at this time that food chain. Food chain is already full. So until food chain we can means revert back to a non-polluted food chain. Yes. So thank you very much to our coordinators, conveners and co-conveners to give me this opportunity, and also to the students for coming and gathering here. And so thank you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I would like to point out how climate doesn't have the boundary. So we need the collective effort, not only our, but on the entire nations of the world need to do the collective effort to save the environment. The environment also said that the declining of water and the air pollution is also a challenge also. And such insight given us opportunity to seek our research in line with the environmental management. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to invite our chief guest, Dr. S.K. Das, sir. Sir has vast experience in the aquaculture, and sir as farmer professor in.
You all are very happy World Environment Day. They've spoken so well about the theme of this. Today's Environment Day. What is environment first of all? Environment, what is surrounds us, isn't it? And there are also so many living and non-living elements which also being called as biotic and abiotic elements. They have effect, when they interact with each other, which influence our human life. That is also can be called. Today's theme is again land restorations, about which Professor Thakuria has already mentioned. Desertification. Desert. That is a process by which a fertile land is converted into desert. Is converted into desert by using its flora and fauna. And how do they use it? There are, first of all, we have to know the reasons why they are getting converted into desert. Here to first give few of these reasons to be the drought. One is drought, deforestation, then the climate change, human activities, and also our improper agricultural activities. So these all will lead to the conversion of some of our. And our assignment was to review the 36 number of wetlands in the state of Assam. So the government of Assam gave us a list of those 36 wetlands, the deals, and we went around to find out. Some of them were there, some of them were not there. They all have become grasslands, isn't it? So they have already dried up because some of these wetlands, which are having the connections with the river, the life river, so which are known as the life bills. Life bills. Fine. Life bills means it has a connection with the river. So only those wetlands are surviving, and then the others are not surviving. So only when during the monsoon they get filled up, and after during the post monsoon and the winter they again get dried up. Okay. Many rivers are also, we are losing rivers. In fact, I'll tell you. First let's now this one I have drawn myself. It was drawn in 1996. Okay. I realized that the concept of that sustainable, because say aquaculture or whatever your agricultural practices you talk about, there are three different ways. In agriculture I can tell you, but in agriculture also I think similar way. I think you can just turn them like extensive agriculture, semi-intensive agriculture, and intensive agriculture or high-tech farming. Actually, this high-tech farming is causing total damage to our environment, isn't it? And that is when I have drawn this. That time the concept of sustainability was developed. People were talking about sustainable. Sustainable means what? Sustainable means what? You can understand that. I'm just talking to the youngsters, not the professor. Sustainable means, it has to sustain for a longer period of time for the next generation, for the stream farming, and they were learning lessons from Indonesia and Malaysia. Fine. In those days, I'm just talking about mid-90s when you were not born, most of you were not born. That time the entire stream industry collapsed in Malaysia because of environmental problems. Because they did not know, because we also did some studies on because when you talk about any agriculture, because we are all agricultural scientists. So whenever we do any practices in agricultural sciences, we have to also talk about the environmental management plan. It is called EMP. When you do some international studies or projects, then you will come to know. Environment without environmental management plan, no project is sanctioned or approved. There is all everything. But then there's all coming people with all that what is it called? Somebody called? Vibhuti and all they come. They are very silent. They will not take any aid or nothing. But by the time they reach here, they will become aid. And if not, they are non-based, fully non-based. Now, why the people have started taking eggs, and this advertisement has motivated many people. Now the egg productions, the entire poultry sector, it is in the hands of the private sector, not in our hands. Poultry has already gone up. Now, fisheries is also the same thing. Fisheries is also earning so much of foreign exchange. Now it has gone into the hands of the industry people, the private parties. Now, I have realized in 1990 I wrote it in the Assam Bureau, is fish food for future, and it has really happened now. Now every doctors, you go to any doctors with any ailments, nobody will tell you to not to take fish. They may tell you don't take red meat or something, But the fish, because it contains the high amount of omega-3 fatty acid, riboflavin, vitamin D, all the micronutrients are there. Later on we came to know. When we studied, that time we knew that fish is the most easily digestible protein, cheap protein. And then and it is good for the food security and for the livelihood of the, basically for the women and the children who suffer from the anemia. Now, in COVID situation, people have realized more of the importance about the fish, right? Because now in normal situations, and there's brackish water, the sea water that gets mixed with the fresh water, and the salinity becomes about 10 to 12 parts 1000 ppt. So there we do some other feed varieties and mariculture, where the salinity is about 33 ppt to 35 ppt. So there are three different water bodies where we can do agriculture of the fisheries activity. Now the latest report is that the India earns about more than 66,000 crores rupees from the export of efficient fisheries products, and the 80% of the fish products that are being exported is shrimp. The shrimp is in fact a dollar industry, people say. In Andhra Pradesh, if you go, many of the what is called the desertifications. Desertification means converting the fertile lands, the flora and fauna into a desert, isn't it? But in Andhra Pradesh, what happens land is being converted into pond. For what? For shrimp farming. Because through shrimp they can earn, they can export it and they can earn in dollars. Fine. Now because of this, revolution in the shrimp industry, the government has imposed a ban now. They said that if somebody wants to dig a pond, because they cannot, one cannot just destroy the fertile agricultural land because rice is the staple food. So now one has to take a permission from the government before you can dig out a pond. Now this shrimp industry, as I was just talking about the collapse of the shrimp industry, what happens? The shrimp is a very intensive farming methods, wherein the residual, the effluents, they go into the marine environment. Fine? Because they are just now flushed out to the nearby brackish water and then goes to the sea. Now, in the coastal in 2009, so in the month of September, I used to wear jackets, sweaters, but now I don't need in the month of September until December. In fact, last time I think, and part of the November again, some outcome or some practical application which has gone to the stakeholders. So thank you for your question. Thank you once again. Next time you call me for a biodiversity day, I will deliver a lecture on ornament. I can speak very well on ornament.
Lingo.